Unity of the Huachucas presents Reverend Donna Smith.
All thoughts are creative.
So today we're going to talk about the creative process. Everybody's like, what is that? All thoughts are creative. All thoughts. Not just the good, not just the bad, and the ugly. All thoughts. So the creative process is about how we plant our garden. And many of you are gardeners. And you go out there and you build this beautiful little garden and you put this right soil, you go buy the seeds and you plant it. And so where you plant squash and melons and cucumbers and tomatoes, that's what's going to grow, not something else. Where you plant the squash, you're not going to have corn grow. And where you plant the melons, you're not going to have something else grow. It's exactly what you've planted in that garden. Because whatever you plant in those seeds are planted in that soil. That soil is the medium, that subjective mind that says, yes, I'm going to help you with your thoughts. And the seed grows. You water it, you baby it, you take care of it, you weed the garden. And that's the same with our subjective selves. Whatever thoughts that we have in our minds, those are the thoughts that we're going to grow. So we have three stages. It's the soul, it's the spirit, and then it's the form. So whatever you're thinking, you're planting, and that's what's going to come up. So if you're thinking negative, why would you expect positive? If you're thinking not so good, it's going to come out not so good. It's not like it's going to change in the in-between. We have to change it. We have to do that. We have to take our power back and say, whatever this experience is, I'm going to change it. I'm going to plant a different seed. I'm going to make it different in my life. And you can start that with journaling. How do I want my life? Start writing down what it is that you want. Not what you don't want. We already know what we don't want. We got a lot of what we don't want. So we write down and say, put it in paper, put it in our thoughts. The life I want to experience looks like this. I want to experience more compassion, more passion, more friends, more travel, whatever it is. You're planting your garden. That's your soul saying, I am the subjective intelligence. I can control what I'm going to have for an outcome. I am going to take my power back, and I'm not going to let the outside tell me how to experience my life. Because when we let the outside, they don't want us to have fun. They don't want us to have joy. They don't want us to have anything. They want us to be sad and feel sad, feel sorry for ourselves. And that's not life. Life is joy and happiness and whatever you want to create. A lot of us came from different backgrounds, and so we were like, I don't want to repeat that. I want to have a life that fills me up to overflowing so that when I get up in the morning, I am just springing out of bed and saying, this is what I'm creating today. We don't own tomorrow, but we do own today. And how we plant our seeds in our garden today is how our garden is going to grow. What is it you want to experience? What is it that you want to have in your life? And when something sad or different or not quite what you thought was going to happen, you sit with it. Meditation. Write it down. You know, this happened today. What's the life lesson for me? What do I need to learn from this? And how can I switch it up? How can I switch it up? Someone gets cranky with you at the grocery store, you just have to walk and go, man, I feel for you, but it's not about me. If you look at the 4 agreements, it tells you not to take things personally. Don't take it personally. You don't know what's going on in their life, and you're like, that's not my life. My life is joy and happiness and all these wonderful things that I am planting the seeds for. because that's what we are creating. We want to create a life, and God wants us to have a life that's happy and joyful and not bound up and not all that other stuff that people are talking about. I feel for people who can't see beyond right here. I can see beyond the horizon. I know it's out there. There's passion and compassion, and love and friends and things to do and things to experience. This state has more things to experience than any other state. Just go on a hiking trail and you experience sunshine and air and beauty, and it's all different. Think about the people who don't have that. The people in Ukraine, they don't have that. They have bombs and they have other things. But if you talk to some of them, they're like, well, we have food today. And they're grateful for the things that they have today. They are creating a different experience, even though they're right in the middle of a war. That's what it's all about. How can I create a different experience when I'm right in the middle of when I'm right in the middle of grief, when I'm right in the middle of sorrow, when I'm right in the middle of whatever's going on that doesn't support me? I have to look inside and say, this is how I want to create my life. This is what I want to plant in my garden. So this is what's going to come out. But you have to remember, Spirit has a much bigger imagination than us. So we plant our seed in the soil, and Spirit goes, here's a bigger thing. And you're like, wow, I thought I was going to get this little box. No, you're going to get the giant Christmas-sized box. Just allow it. Be open to it. Open yourself to receive all that you are creating. Be open. Because if you're closed, you're like, I want all this stuff, but no, it's not going to work. You have to be open to receive as you are creating the process. Open. Because the subjective mind has no idea what right and wrong and good or bad or any of that stuff. It just knows that you have this thought and you planted it, and that's what's going to grow. So you're like, I don't want to plant that. I don't want to experience that. I want something different. Something better, something different. I get to take my power back and say, this is the life that I want to experience, and I don't care what other people say. You know, we're not in high school anymore. We don't have to be popular. This is our lives. And we can make them as fabulous as we want to, because it's all in our mind. It's all in the seeds that we're planting. It's all in what you want to experience. I had no idea that I would be going to Greece. I went to a movie. I watched the book club, the final chapter. Spirit came and said to me, you need to sign up and go on a cruise to Greece, because you're going to be with the love of your life. And I was single at the time. I'm like, what? You talking to me? Are you kidding? What? No. I got married last September to the love of my life. Because I kept writing in my journal, these are the things that I want to experience in my life. So I kept planting the seeds in my soil of, this is what I want to experience. Not the bad. There's plenty of that out there. Not the ugly. There's a ton of that out there. The good stuff. And we get to do that. And we get to unbound ourselves and say, I want to do blah. Just put it out to the universe. It will come back 100-fold. We just went around the world on 4 different cruise ships and experienced so much stuff that people are asking me, what was the best? All of it. It was all good because each place had something to offer. And you have to be open to all of that. What is that offering to me? What is my life offering to me? If it's not working, go to your garden and replant your seeds. Pull all the weeds out, pull all this stuff out and create something that works, something that's worthwhile. Because we've already experienced a bunch of stuff. And we can't experience good if we don't plant good. We can only experience the thoughts that are going through our heads. So sit with it in meditation. This is what I want to experience. This is how I want to experience it. And this is how I want to live my life from this moment forward. It's always the present moment. You can't worry about tomorrow because we don't own tomorrow. As my good friend Chris Williamson sings, we do not own tomorrow, but we own this moment. How we react to things, we own that. You go to the grocery store, I can be cranky or I can be the happy person. I'd rather be happy. Life is better that way. Anybody can be cranky. That's past. I lived with cranky for a long time. Oh. So it's just taking our time to really realize that we can change our lives by simply changing our seeds and putting it in the soil, filling it with love, and going, I'm open to see what is going to come my way. And you'll be amazed. You'll just be in awe. Those aha moments, those are the moments. Like Michael says in this song, when I'm out there having fun, then the answers come. Because now you're open to receive what is good for you. When we get out of our ways, and we get in our way a lot, because limitations and what other people used to say, and we all have gifts. We all are gifts of God. We all have talents. We all have a life that we are living. We are not living in communism, where it's being told how you will live your life. We are in a free country. We are free to do whatever we please. And when we talk to people in other countries and they're like, wow, you own a car? Well, 2 cars and a motorcycle. They're like, whoa, you must be rich. No, but I love my life. But they make the most of whatever their life is. And some of the communist countries had to learn how to work a 40-hour week because they never had that before. They learned that if they got their job done for the month in the first week, then they didn't have to work anymore, but they got paid for it. But now they're learning how to work 40 hours and loving life because it's meaningful. They get paid. When it's meaningful, we turn our lives around and it's like, I can do this. Even in the moments that you don't think you can do this, you plant the seeds and say, I know this is going to be good, and I know what's going to happen for me. And I don't know what it looks like, and we don't have to know what it looks like. Because, like I said, Spirit has a bigger imagination than we do. But we get to experience it. Here's your gift. Go have fun. Here's your life. Go have fun. Here's your new love life. Go have fun. Whatever it is you want to experience, that's what you get to plant. Whatever it is you want to have in your life, that's what you get to plant. If you plant ugly, it'll come out ugly. Weeds grow no matter where you are. They grow. So we have to pull them out and say, this is not the life I want to have. The weeds of being sad, the weeds of not thinking that we don't deserve whatever it is that we have. Weeds that are saying I'm not worthy. Weeds of doubt. Pull all of those things out to create a garden that is absolutely beautiful for your life. And that's what's important. Because when we take our power back and we plant our seeds, life is just absolutely amazing. And you just sit in the awe and you're like, how did I deserve this? Because we do deserve this. We deserve all the good in our lives. So expand your life, expand your thoughts, expand what it is you want to experience. That's what it's all about. Every moment of every day. Something bad happens, you're like, what's the life lesson here? What am I supposed to learn in this moment? Mistakes are simply speed bumps. I made a mistake, I learn from it. I turn it around. Oh, this is what I was supposed to learn today. I planted a different seed, now I'm going to pull that weed out and put in a new seed. That's what we get to learn in the creative process. We are in charge. We get to have whatever we deserve, because that's what God wants for us. God doesn't want us to lack. God doesn't want us to do without. God wants us to have the best life we can ever experience. So plant those seeds. Plant all of the good stuff. Because there's a lot of stuff out there that is trying to change your mind. Oh, you don't deserve that. Yes, I do. I deserve all this good. I deserve the good. And that's what we have to remind ourselves. We deserve all of the good. Highest and best. That is what we're promised. Our highest and best. So dream big. Dream out there. Dream. Because that's what's going to be your garden. That is what is going to be your flowers. That is what is going to come up for you. That is what is going to be processing for you. And that's what's going to, your life is going to experience. I had enough stuff in my life. I've had all of that. I don't want to experience that again. I want a different life. And so we get to change that. As Dr. Wayne says, change your thinking, change your life. And that's exactly right. Change the seeds that you are planting in your garden to the seeds that support you. You deserve, you are worthy, all of the good stuff. You need to plant those seeds. Because the rest, people are going to try to take from you. People are going to try to change your mind. It's like, it's not your stuff that I'm going to accept. That's your stuff. That's your garden. This is my garden. That's your creative process. This is my creative process. That's what my symbol is. This is the creative process that we teach. The involution is spirit coming through us, taking all our seeds, and the evolution is all the outcome. We get to experience all of that because spirit is constantly coming in and helping us out, constantly reminding us that we're deserving, constantly saying, here's your good, constantly coming in and saying, you deserve the very, very best, whatever that looks like for you. The very best. You deserve that. And when you claim it and own it and say, this is mine, your life changes. Life changes for the best. Take your power back. Change your seeds that you're planting. Change your life to be a life of love and abundance. Abundance just isn't one area of our life. It is every area of our lives. That's what we affirm. Every area of my life, I have an abundance. And I have more to share. So I am changing my garden to the better. I am abundant in every area of my life. I am taking the creative process and making my life better. I am planting the good seeds and not the bad. There's plenty out there. Plant your good seeds. Take back your life. Take charge of your life. Because that's what Spirit wants us to do. God doesn't want us to be bound up. We're not prisoners. We don't live in a prison. We live in a free country. And we get to do whatever we want. So where's your garden? What does it look like? Go out there and weed it. Take those weeds out. Don't need them. People try to sneak into our lives and disrupt it, and you have to say, I feel sorry for you. Because your life isn't what I have. Your life isn't what I'm experiencing. I feel for you. I pray for you. The news tells us what to pray for every single day. And the list goes on. But we don't have to have the news affect us. We get to affect it by lifting all of that into prayer and saying, We're going to use the creative process by planting the seeds that things are going to be different, life is going to be different, and I'm going to experience it. And that's what we get to do with the news. Take it, change it. We need to change it. All of us are powerful prayer, vigilance that can change anything. Simple prayer. I am knowing this is changing, and it changes. Why? Because we change. Our perspective changes. And that's what it's all about. It's our perspective of looking at that. That's not their perspective. I'm not going to take their perspective. I'm going to change mine. Change your thinking. Change your life. Go out and plant a garden that is just flourishing with all the good that you deserve. And that's what we focus on. And that's what I want you to do this week, is focus on how I can create a better life for me and my family. And you'd be surprised what shows up. I have been. I got married, went around the world. I live in Tucson. I have a beautiful house, beautiful friends, and it's all because I started journaling. I started changing my life, started planting new seeds, and that's what you can do too. So have a great week. Thank you so much for having me.